Hey there, and welcome to my first speed art / Q&A. These are going to be replacing live streams the weeks that I can't live stream, but this week I'm going to be doing some doodle requests and questions you guys have left behind in the community tab and on the forum. Starting off with Moonstar Lover 5937, requesting that I draw myself holding Imp and Shiva away from each other as they're trying to fight, which I can certainly do. And then you ask the question, would you ever try and cosplay as May? If not her, which one of your characters would you want to cosplay as? This is a great question. I think I'm legally obligated to cosplay as May, being, you know, the creator of 12 and Origins, but also the voice actress for May. As far as other characters I would like to cosplay as, I think obviously a lot of characters from Brightside. Absolutely Mushio. Making that mask would be so much dang fun. And probably Lucid too, just because I would love to do the pink hair thing as well as draw stars and stuff all over me. That'd be really fun. And also making a little day plushie. If I could cosplay any other 12 character though, probably Rose. I would love to wear the little bandana and like wear some flannel like the plaid and do one of those cool color changing eye contacts that have like purple eyes for a minute. Like that would just be so cute, and I would love to like include actual roses in the outfit. I think I could pull off Rose pretty well. Imcat left a sweet comment saying, I just want to say I think you're an amazing storytelling artist and I hope all of your dreams come true. Which, thank you Imcat, that is so sweet. And yes, my dreams really have come true. I'm a full-time artist right now. I've never been in a better spot to make these stories come to life. And I can't wait to show you guys what we have in store. Just beyond 12 and Origins is just so many amazing stories. Of course, I still love my 12 and Origins, but that doesn't mean I can't be excited for things like Wander and Toka and Mouse Tales, you know, all of the other amazing stories. Not to mention the like 4 seasons of Brightside we have. Imp and Shiva trying to fight and I'm trying to hold it together. Seems legit. The next request is from Eve123 Princess 9 and is drawing Ebony and Daisy in the Bluey style. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to Google this. I've seen Bluey around and I've wanted to check it out, but I'm severely intimidated because I feel like it could be a hyperfixation, and when I feel like that, I take a minute to start shows like that because I get scared that I'm gonna become really fixated on it. So don't blame me on that. This is gonna be a bit of a challenge. Thank you. We're gonna try. My art style is not built to mimic other art styles for whatever reason. Look, don't make fun of him. He's doing his best. I'm just built to draw, not square dogs. I don't want all the avid Bluey enjoyers to come and see this and be like, what is this? And I'll be like, I don't know! Okay, it's not horrible, but it's also not great. So we're gonna just color it in, and once again, I'm sorry. There they are! That's not too bad, right? Yeah. Next request is by I_potatoes. Can you draw Phoebe spraying Imp with holy water? Oh, most certainly. I think one of my favorite new designs so far from season 1 of Origins, the reboot, is Phoebe's design. Phoebe's redesign is just so nice to me. I like adding different types of shapes nowadays in my art. I'm noticing like, oh hey, I've adopted a much more cartoon style. So I like cartoon styled things. Like, oh hey, this character's just straight up shaped like a triangle, or this character straight up shaped like a square. And it's becoming a lot easier to make unique and interesting character designs. It's really nice to be able to draw silhouettes and know, oh hey, that looks like Imp, or hey, that looks like May, and like you can actually tell them apart, whereas in 12 the art style was so similar that if you color them all in as silhouettes you wouldn't be able to tell which character was who because they had no distinct shape. We cannot go one doodle request without Imp being in mortal danger. I swear, this poor thing. Hey, it's not unwarranted. Maybe don't be a rat. Maybe one day we'll stop bullying you. But not today! That's not today. Matishifu left a nice comment of, I'm so glad I was able to stumble upon your content and take a whole new way of inspiration. I'm so happy I met you, wish we could talk more, and I wish you were the best of luck for the future of your content and lifestyle. Keep up the good work, heart. Oh, thank you, Maddie! That's so sweet! I'm also happy to have you a part of the community and the Peeblet family. Crowny left another sweet message. You guys are killing me! /positive. Hey, I know it's hard for you right now, but I just wanted to leave a little message for you. Believe in you. I believe that you can solve all the problems and live normally. You are my idol and always will be. We all believe in you. I believe in you, so never give up and finish what you started. Crowny, you got it. I will finish Origins, I will finish Brightside, I will finish Wander, Toka, Mouse Tales. Every story I ever start will be finished. That is a promise. It is a pet peeves promise on this channel. I cannot stand it when things are left undone, personally. I can't stand it even more when stories aren't done. They will always be done, I can promise you that. Gabriel asked, what made you consider working on the 12 in Origins series, and why did the reason make you consider it? While I answer that question, I will go ahead and we will draw Shinetar's idea of drawing Coffee May as a literal cup of coffee. I had known that I wanted to make stories on YouTube, but I didn't know where to start, and I knew that I had just started as a digital artist, and I didn't really have the skills necessary to really finish one, I thought. I was like, you know, everybody else has nice fancy animation, and I just have my fingertip and an iPad, and a couple of good ideas. I knew that I had to start pretty small, but I knew I had to start somewhere. Starting is the most important part, and while it wasn't perfect, nothing's perfect, I'm still happy I did it. It was just the matter of I picked, honestly, the worst idea I had, and I was like, you know what, this will be my test dummy. If it turns out horribly, if people hate it, it was my worst idea, that's okay. Nothing lost there. Turns out everybody freaking loved it. Which was super cool, because in the meantime, I got to build up a community of really awesome, really beautiful, supportive people that will now follow me into my actual good content. You see, you guys, this is just like the calm before the storm when it comes to me, because I'm telling you right now, you think 12 in Origins is good, you're seeing the worst of me, and oh boy, not to brag, but I'm pretty freaking awesome, and I've gotten really good. So, I think I have the right to say that I've been doing this for, like, 10 years almost, so, yeah, look forward to that! And then a follow-up question by Shinetar, what is your favorite musical, if any? If not, favorite song or artist? I'm not huge into musicals, personally, but I will say, my favorite artist right now is a band called Hippocampus, and I am utterly obsessed with their song, Bad Dream Baby. Evie asks, can you draw newborn May and her parents? Or even Iris and baby Simon and Devo? I will draw both because that's adorable! Lauren at Rinzy asks, any tips for people that want to start streaming? I have a lot of advice. I've learned so much over the years. Honestly, my best advice, just start. Just start and try to keep it consistent. Consistency is really, really important as a content creator. I can't stress it enough. Like, how often do you say, oh, dang, PetPyves doesn't upload in a while, or I wonder what PetPyves is going to upload this week, or oh, I remember that one thing she did. How often do you think about that outside of the videos? Or do you see the videos pop up in your subscription feed and you go, oh wow, yeah, PetPyves exists, oh psh, now I remember everything, because that's the thing with consistency. Being consistent is kind of being present. Being present is very important if you want to have an active audience. If you aren't really posting at all, then you're not starting. And starting is the hardest part, but once you start, you've done it. My best advice is every live stream you have, upload it as a video to watch, because a lot of people can't really make it to your streams. But if you have them available as VODs, people will typically view them. I can promise you that. I actually have more people view my streams after they're done streaming, or record your video at the same time while you stream, so that way you have enough accessibility that your entire audience can be seeing it, even if they miss it. So small! Imp Pasta has a very long question, but I'm excited to answer it. Kind of a dark question, but I think you mentioned in earlier streams that there's usually some sort of ceremony for the transformation process into Reaperhood. Yes! There is! Where air-breathing people have to drown, while water-breathing people have to go above water. During Imp's ceremony, because of his death and how it's linked to drowning, did someone have to force the poor lad? Sorry for the dark question, but it's sitting in my head rent-free. Don't worry, I've thought of it because I'm also dark-minded. I don't want to spoil too much from Season 3 of Origins. That'll be coming out pretty darn soon. But I can say this, Imp did not have a good time at that ceremony. Yes, it did involve water. Yes, it did, you know, cause some sort of traumatic experience and or response from Imp. Is that what we love to see? Yes, because Imp is awful. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Imp. I'm so mean. But look, it's not unwarranted. It's kind of a meanie, alright? I can say that you will actually see Imp's ceremony in the new episodes of Origins in Season 3. I definitely want to include the ceremony. I want to include a lot of really fun details that everybody's really curious about, especially with the Reaper lore. Love James and his Cheeto arc. It's so awesome for him. When's my Cheeto arc? I'm ready. Oh, let's add some hearts! Look how cute they are! I'm putting so many hearts on this doodle page. Hope you guys don't mind. It's just a heart little doodle page kind of day, you know? Let's do baby Simon and Devo and Iris. I'll answer the next question. It's a comment from Ink Dude. Happy holidays! Thanks for being you and dishing out so much content all year round. You are welcome! I am so proud of myself for maintaining my upload schedule as best as I could have this year. It's been chaotic. I've uploaded as much as I could, at least once a week where I could, and I'm super proud. We've had one great year, and I can't wait for what's about to come too. Moon Spirit Leaf asked, what inspired you to draw and make your own series? I have always loved stories my entire life. Stories are kind of everything to me, and I knew I wanted to be an author or a writer. I have always carried around all sorts of composition books, sketchbooks, everything you can imagine, making sure I keep track of all of my ideas so I could tell my stories someday. I was pretty convinced by, you know, 5th grade that I was just going to be an author, because that was pretty much the only medium I knew of to tell stories at that time. I read a ton of books, I would always go to the library at school. To me, at that age, that was just kind of all that there was for storytelling. I didn't really have huge dreams of, like, making a TV show or something, because at that time, that was just not in my head for some reason. But as I grew up, I realized more and more that, wow, I like TV shows, and I really want to make one. But I had to start somewhere pretty small. And when my little brother started animating on YouTube a very long time ago, that's when I decided I was gonna do it too. But instead of just making, you know, animation memes and stuff, which I still did, obviously, I have a lot of animation memes, I decided to also start up a series. So my inspiration comes from many places, but what got me to start was just this community of realizing, oh wow, there's other people here that make cartoons and make stories, and that's really cool. I want to do that. I didn't even know that was possible. So everybody else actually sharing their ideas, putting them out there for the world to see, is what opened my eyes and helped me see that, wow, there are other ways to tell stories. So because of that, and because of all of these amazing creators, now I get to do it too. Moral of the story, if you have a story to share, please share it. You never know who you're going to inspire. You could inspire the next PetPyves. You just don't know. The True Mr. Pink asks, why did you do it? Not sure what you're specifically asking about. Why did I make 12? I just explained that. Why did I make Brightside? That's an interesting one. I just really fell in love with The Masks RPG because I watched some others play it, and I was like, wow, I really enjoyed this sort of thing, and I had played D&D with some of my close friends in real life, and I was like, gosh, I just really like group storytelling. So I was like, I want to do group storytelling, but I want to do it with a bunch of people. So I rounded up the Reapers from 12 and Origins, and I was like, you guys want to play D&D sometime? And they were like, sure. And it was just honestly a way to hang out with my friends in the beginning. I just wanted to learn how to GM, I just wanted to learn how to play the game, and well, now it's a whole dang series. That's just kind of how it happened. Alright, thank you, Evie. We have some lovely, adorable families here on screen. Someone, not sure who, question mark, asks, what if Simon was in May's position, or Kate or Devo? I'm gonna use that and we're gonna doodle it, because that sounds like so much fun. I'm gonna draw Kate and Devo as guardian angels, because we've seen Simon, but I want to see what Kate and Devo would look like as guardian angels. And in the meantime, I'll answer It's Connor's question of what RPG classes would each Class F student fit into? This is gonna be a hard one. I can't answer for the player characters, because well, they're not my characters for one thing, and for a second thing, that would just be a lot more to add on. Starting with Lucid, I feel like Trickster, obviously. Lofi, I feel like would be a cleric. Lofi's abilities is why I say cleric, is because Lofi has like these really rare, awesome powers that like nobody else has and are very important. And I feel like Lofi is definitely a sweet baby bean and would love to be like the support of the team. Raven obviously has to be Rogue. It's literally in her name. She's Rogue Raven. Moose Geo, I feel like, would be a knight. MJ is huge, for one. And two, just huge on protecting those that he loves and also carries himself like a knight, I feel. He's a great harbinger. He's doing his best. Raji, I feel like also would be a knight because Raji is just a sword person and literally is all about the physical offense and defense. Miranda, I could honestly see being a bard because she has that boisterous kind of attitude, but also has that kind and caring nature, that spirit of, let me cheer up my friends when they're down and let me, you know, sing a song to like make us all feel better and make us not think of our woes, and like I just see that being Miranda. Caspian, I feel like also would be a knight. There's just a lot of physical hard hitters in class F, and I feel like Caspian's definitely on the physical fighting side. I feel like Kifa could pull off a mage, given her talents in her skill sets as well as her fame, doing magic things and making a show out of it, no less. Like, being flashy with it. This is a great question from She. Did Jack, Kate's brother from her document profile, have a crush on May at some point? Love the drama you're bringing to the table, slay! Okay, I feel like at some point, realistically, yes. I feel like Kate's brother probably did have a crush on May at some point. May's attitude is probably like too much, and because of that, I feel like they just never clicked, and like it was probably just a one-sided thing that Jack was like, oh, May's really pretty, May's really fun, and like I wish I could be more outgoing like May, but eventually kind of got over the crush and was like, okay, I didn't really like May, I just kind of wanted to be more like her, and honestly I don't really like her because she's loud and mean and and does crazy spirit stuff and la la la, so... I don't know, asked, what if Simon and Devo swapped girlfriends? What is up with the drama? Devo with May and Simon with Kate. Okay, if we thought about this, like, genuinely for a moment, just for, like, the kicks and giggles of it, alright? Devo and May would be very chaotic. Alarmingly chaotic. I feel like they would get into way too much trouble together, personally. But Kate and Simon would slap. I feel like they could actually pull it off. They both have the more of the gentle nature, the more calm nature. But like, Kate's like really fun and bouncy when she wants to be, and Simon can be really snarky and kind of fun whenever he wants to be. So I feel like them at the right time together would be really good. They would have a lot of fun, and they would actually have great chemistry. Both of them, actually. I feel like all of that would be fine. That's just not the way it is. GG. Sorry about crack ships. Phoenix Flame Animations asks, are you okay with making AU comics of your characters? Absolutely. I actually had a couple of things planned, like a couple of AUs planned. It was actually pretty cool. If you guys want to make AUs, go for it. I am all for it. I want to hear about it. I have a website. Please post it there. I'd love to see it. General Random has a very funny comment, and I'm going to draw it. I bought a comfort crab and is trying to indoctrinate me into a cult. How do I refuse without being sent to the nether realms? General Random. You can't escape. You just can't. I'm sorry. You bought the comfort crab. It's already been done.
The pact has been sealed.
You're going to be comforted, whether you like it or not. Jacob asks, hey Holly, I just wanted to ask, how would Ebony's mom react to seeing Daisy? I actually left off a cliffhanger on that Origins episode of Camellia actually looking for them. Camellia is definitely like looking for her family because she obviously has some regrets. So the sad thing is that she's kind of falling behind them to where they don't know that she's there and keeping an eye on them from afar. If she ever did get to see Daisy again, it's not like Daisy would understand what's going on. I think it'd make Daisy very happy though. I feel like Camellia would have a lot more regret seeing Daisy though, seeing how big she is and how strong she is, and knowing that she kind of gave up on her. Galaxy Choked asked, how's the team's motivation on working on Origins? Had some stuff happen that I won't go too heavily into, but we're doing our best to stay as spirited as possible and persevere and make sure we tell the best story that we can despite everything, and the motivation is pretty high. It's just a matter of I gotta finish some scripts, and as soon as I do, we will be on to Season 2 of Origins. Bread Queen asks, can you draw imp but bread so I can make it my beautiful profile picture? You got it, Bread. Busy Dizzy asks a series of questions. How has it been with Brightside being over with recording? Oh, Fizzy. We are all so lost and heartbroken right now. We all don't know what to do. We all sit here like, gosh, what do we do now? We have some epilogues planned. We have some silly little funny little one-offs planned for some Brightside adventures, but the main story is over and we know that. We're all pretty content with the ending, and I already have everybody asking me what I'm gonna be doing next as far as RPGs go, but honestly, Brightside still has a ton of work to do as far as the YouTube release goes. I like to put a lot of animation and editing and heart into it, so it's gonna be just a bit before I start anything else. We have another request from me, Simon, as Simon from Alvin and the Chipmunks. This is going to be cursed. I'm gonna put that out there. Riveting content from PetPyves enjoyers this week, gamers. Oh wow. How am I going to make him Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks? How am I supposed to do that as we're just gonna... He's gonna have the teeth and the little sweater, I think. Gamers, I don't know. I don't even remember what color Alvin is, like, the like, shirt is. I think it's red. If it's not, I'm a fool, and you can make fun of me for my terrible Bluey and my terrible Alvin and the Chipmunks freaking Simon, alright? If I'm just a fool, then just say so, alright? That's very ominous. I don't like that. Anyways, Sam, let's draw something wholesome. Sam with kitty cats. That'll be fun. We almost had a not cursed doodle page. We really did. Bread Queen asked a question of, so Heather heard May. Could the other vessels hear May, or was it just Heather since she had so much spirit? Great question! This is actually one of those things that I can't believe I did this! But I kind of changed the story a little, which I'm not a huge fan of. Okay, think about it this way. How strange would the finale of the first season be if Simon couldn't hear May? If they couldn't talk back and forth? Lore used to be, oh no, they can't talk to each other. And that's why Willow's episode was supposed to be so, like, unique, is that, like, oh wow, like, I finally get to talk to my vessel. Like, that's really cool, and like, that hasn't happened before. But then I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. They need to be able to talk to each other, or else this whole entire thing is super ineffective. So I'm using a term that we use in RPGs. I retconned it. I said, that detail is null and void. It no longer works for the story, so we're gonna replace it with something that does work for the story. So I, for simplicity's sake, said, now May can talk to the vessels, and the vessels can hear her, and what she's saying to Imp, because goodness gracious, how interesting would that be? May's Showers asked, May is Shrek and Imp is Donkey. Once again, shout out to y'all for making the non-cursed doodle page cursed somehow. Small ramble, I do not like the Shrek movies. I do not like them. You can go ahead and crucify me. I've never liked them. I've never enjoyed them. I always found them to be very obnoxious and loud, and honestly didn't like the concept of like reusing fairy tales. I'm like, hey, just make something new instead. Which I guess it is a spin. Also, what in the world? How am I supposed to make Imp Donkey? This is just gonna have to be extremely cursed. I was just gonna draw the little ears on May, but like, how am I supposed to make Imp Donkey? I'm just gonna make him wear a donkey mask, and it's going to be absolutely horrific, and I'm so sorry in advance. You know what's even worse? This looks like a skull. This is just gonna be a donkey skull. That's how we're gonna do this. It's going to be a Reaper mask. It'd be a Reaper mask, and it's gonna- this is so horrifying! Oh no! Yeah, anyways, we're just gonna move on, very quietly and pretend that didn't happen. Void Sprouts has a request and a question. Request being, could you draw some Morphin and Sin ship content? Yes! Let's go! Question being, what is your favorite and least favorite part about being a content creator? Oh boy. Excited for both of these things. Let's go, let's go, let's go. If you don't know, this is like the world's most obscure ship ever. But I've been here for like years being like, God, these guys would be really cute together. Just cause like, you know, Cypress as a Reaper being super edgy, Morphin already being super edgy. They're both kind of dorks. And they both share a burning hatred for Imp! So it works out, you know? Why can't I make my ships real? This is my show, but I'm like, nope, that can't happen. And I'm like, why? It's my show! Sorry for losing my marbles slightly on this one. I completely forgot to answer your question. My favorite part of being a content creator is doing what I love every single day. From the moment that I open my eyes to the moment that I pass out from exhaustion. I am constantly doing what I love, and it is so rare and beautiful, and I'm so happy every time I sit down to do it. It is just a dream come true. Least favorite part, though, is having to continue to do it no matter what happens in your personal life. Oh my god, it can be so challenging. It can be so challenging to keep up with everything and maintain that positivity, show up, continue to make things through literal blood, sweat, and tears. Like, having to persevere is the hardest part. And right now, it is even harder for me. But we're getting through it. Smooth McGoose asks, out of all 12 characters, is there one which you can relate to, and why? I will actually draw the one I relate to finish up filling up this lovely doodle page for you. There's a lot of characters I can relate to in 12. I feel like each and one of the vessels is some way part of me. If I had to pick one right now, though, I'm gonna pick Willow. Because Willow is all the best things, but it's just having such a hard time with life, because life is just cruel, and Willow has to fight pretty hard every day just to be Willow and go up and down those stairs, and has to have a special diet and has special needs. Like, I have been delving into that part of myself more and more, becoming more and more comfortable with myself. Willow's autistic and I'm autistic, so that was pretty much the only character I had really put my heart and soul into at the beginning of 12. I got really scared and intimidated to write this character because I, for some reason, thought to myself that I couldn't share that experience. My disabilities are different. I have a lot of different chronic health problems, but I am disabled and I am autistic. So I feel like I can tell this story, and I should tell this story. It's really important that people see that on screen. So I feel like I relate to Willow in the sense that I'm now a lot more like Willow. I am now so much more myself. I don't really mask anymore. I talk about my autism pretty openly, and I'm very happy with myself, and I've gotten to a point that I love myself. Last question is, do maze humans know about Imp, or do they act like he is E.T. and keep him secret from the humans? Not sure what to put here. That's a great question. For simplicity's sake, I just say they never see him. They just never know he's there. Alright, and that has been all of our questions and all of our requests. So today we got to draw Imp and Shiva fighting, the Bluey style of Ebony and Daisy, Coffee May, Bread Imp. You know, they go together pretty well. We have a lovely family, a not cursed Simon at all, a not cursed Cupper Crab at all, Imp getting the punishment he deserves, another wholesome family, Kate and Devo as guardian angels, Shrek incident we're not going to talk about. Look at Sam with the kitties, that's so adorable, and Morphin and Cypress, or should I say Sin, being wholesome, and Willow being cute. There's only a couple of cursed things on this page. I say we did a great job. And that is all for this week's speed art / Q&A. Thank you for listening in and participating. This was so much fun, guys. So on weeks that I can't live stream, we'll just be doing this instead. And until then, I hope you guys have a lovely time. Stay strong, stay patient, and I hope we look forward to all the stories we have to tell in the future. Bye-bye!